Hi everyone, so today is Sunday. It is February 12th, day 12 of the challenge. The only travel I did today was I biked to and from the pottery studio. It was very nice out today. It was about 40 degrees, and so I was able to go out without any rain pants, and I just wore a rain jacket on top and a hat. And yeah, it was fine. On the way back, it was a little cold, but I think in certain cases it's better to be a little cold than have to bring like a whole different jacket with you. So for today's topic, I wanted to talk about functional clothing for biking. The first thing I want to say is that everyone should wear what makes them feel comfortable. And the other thing I wanted to say is that if you're just getting into biking, I don't think it's a good idea to just buy like 6 sets of everything that I'm describing or anything like that. Or look at the cost of what that would be and say, okay, maybe this isn't for me. I think it's best to just use what you have and try and make things work, and then notice the things that don't work and replace those. And I would definitely recommend just trying something out, and then if it works, do it more, trial and error. So the clothing that I wear is really primarily based off of being a runner in high school. And so I have a lot of athletic shorts, athletic shirts, and I have some long pants that I could wear for like warming up when running, and sort of long sleeve athletic shirts and all this kind of stuff. The main difference in what I wear is just I found that the pants I was wearing before get caught in the gears of my bike, so I've kind of switched to wearing long underwear as sort of pants. I think they work great. I'm really happy with my long underwear that I have. So I think to start, I'll just talk about what I wear when it's a different temperature outside, just to give people an idea of how clothing changes. If it's 60 or above, I would say I'll just wear a short sleeve shirt, a pair of shorts, and spandex underneath. And this is a very minimalist, pretty simple outfit, not much to say there. Now, I think you'll notice if you were just wearing this outside when it's 60 degrees, you'd probably be really cold. And you might be really cold wearing this, but I'm sort of factoring in the fact that if you're on a traditional bike, you are probably going to be exerting yourself a lot, and so you're going to be warm because of that. So kind of got to factor that in. And I don't want to get off on too many tangents here, but if you are stopping somewhere, it's good to note that and maybe bring a sweatshirt along. And then in the 50s, I would probably wear a long sleeve shirt. I find that my legs are usually pretty warm just because they're the things that are primarily moving me. So they usually stay pretty warm, but a long sleeve shirt in the 50s usually helps keep my upper body warm. In the 40s, I start putting on long underwear, especially in the lower 40s, but maybe in the high 40s as well. I would probably wear a rain jacket. The rain jacket does a really great job of reducing the coldness you experience from wind. Probably around 45 degrees, I would also start wearing a hat. I'm obviously very bald, so I have to wear a hat probably a little earlier than most people, and some thin gloves. In the 30s, I might switch to, especially lower 30s, I might switch to a thicker jacket, one that has some insulation as well as some outer wind protection. And especially in the lower 30s, I might think about starting to wear rain pants to help reduce the coldness from the wind. Once we get into the low 30s and the 20s, and even probably down to the 10s, I think things shift a lot in this range. So I would start wearing a winter jacket. I would definitely wear a balaclava. If it's windy, I would definitely consider wearing ski goggles. Definitely want to wear rain pants. Below 20 degrees, I would probably switch to a heavier glove. But it's important to note that I have particularly weirdly good hand circulation, so my hands usually don't get cold if I'm exercising, even if it's very cold out. I would say right around 30 degrees, I would also probably switch to a winter boot instead of a shoe, especially if it's snowy or slushy or something. You definitely don't want to be wearing sneakers. I would say below 10 degrees, it gets pretty dicey, and you just kind of want to wear whatever you can stuff on, but I would definitely consider wearing a sweatshirt underneath the winter coat, maybe sweatpants underneath the rain pants, with long underwear underneath. Beyond that, there's not much more you can do to dress any more warmly. Yeah, especially below zero, I'd say you want to be wearing sweatpants underneath rain pants or something like that. I think that's what I did when it was negative 10 degrees. I think I wore long underwear, sweatpants, rain pants, and it worked decently well. But at that temperature, I had to pretty much constantly cover my face with my balaclava, or else I was really worried about frostbite. At that temperature, it became very difficult to bike because I was just breathing through my balaclava. So yeah, I would say around negative 10 degrees is where it starts getting really difficult to bike, but it's definitely possible. And below that, I really have no experience. So, whatever you can put on your body to keep yourself warm, while also keeping in mind that you will be exercising, and so you'll be generating some heat that way, but you'll also be losing more heat due to the wind you encounter from moving quicker than you would if you were walking. At these low temperatures, it's really important to cover all exposed skin to make sure you don't get frostbite. Yeah, it starts getting pretty extreme. Now let's go back and start talking about different modifications we can make if it's a different sort of weather condition. So in general, if it's really windy, take off maybe 5 degrees or 10 degrees to what temperature it says, and obviously you can just use wind chill. For rain is also a little annoying. I have rain pants. I have these little booties that go over my shoes to keep my feet dry. I have kind of a normal rain jacket, and I also have a really thin, breathable rain jacket in case it is really warm, but it's also raining. I will say that is really difficult weather to bike in, because if you want to stay dry, you really can't, because you'll either get wet from the rain or you'll be drenched in your sweat. So yeah, kind of a lose-lose situation there. When it comes to snow and ice, there's not actually too much different. I would say just make sure you're wearing boots probably for when you have to put your foot down. Make sure that if you are biking through snow and ice, you have a tire that can maintain traction, whether that means a fat tire or a studded tire, whatever you can do. All right, now I have to go set out the outfits and take pictures of them for the video, so I'll have a ton of fun doing that, I guess. I'll see you next video. Bye.